the course of her tragically brief life, Jayne Mansfield would become the focus of media attention throughout the world. Her popularity remains unequaled by any glamour star since her death. Jayne was intent upon a movie career and eagerly sought auditions with the film factories in Hollywood. However, her first job in show business was as a candy vendor in a West Hollywood theater. As in so many Hollywood success stories, Jayne was spotted by a publicity agent who obviously couldn't help but notice her ample figure and hired her to journey to Florida to help publicize a new Jane Russell movie titled Underwater. When photographers spotted Jayne in a revealing bathing suit, they flooded the press with a deluge of shots of the sexy newcomer. In the months that followed, Jayne was placed under contract at Warner Brothers Studios and performed in a few B pictures, including Illegal with Edward G. Robinson. Several months into her Warner's contract, she auditioned for and was cast as the stereotypical dumb blonde in the film version of the hit Broadway comedy, Will Success Spoil Rock Hunter? The part made Jayne famous. She was now constantly called upon to publicize the film and made dozens of television appearances to promote the movie.
Jane, I never dreamed that was you. I want to tell you that I'm quite flattered that you came here to see my show. Yeah.
Frankly, Jack, I really didn't expect to be here myself.
You didn't?
No, what happened was I was just walking outside, passing the studio, and an usher ran out and grabbed my purse.
An usher grabbed your purse?
He certainly did, and I think it's a pretty sneaky way for you to get guests up here on the stage.
I mean, what's the difference? You're here, and that's all that matters.
Jack, I'd like to ask you a question. Is this the way you always get your guest stars?
Well, no, sometimes it doesn't work. I remember once I tried the same purse trick with Martha Ray, but she's got a grip like a bulldog.
Did you get her purse?
Pardon?
Did you get Martha's purse?
No, and we lost an usher.
It was awfully nice of you to return my purse to me, and I guess I'll be leaving now.
Oh, wait a minute, Jane, wait a minute, before you leave. I must tell you that the other night I went to see your new picture, the Girl Can't Help It.
That's right.
And I thought not only the picture was good, but you were absolutely wonderful in it.
Thank you very much. How did you like my leading man, Tom Ewell?
Tom Ewell? Well, I thought he was good, although I felt that the part called for someone, say, a little more mature, a little more sophisticated. A little more, well, you know what I mean.
I not only know what you mean, I know whom.
I thought I was being so subtle. But, Jane, I must tell you something. I know the gentleman who directed your picture, Frank Tasson, very well. We've been friends for years. And I thought maybe I could have been in the picture, you see. So I called him and asked him about it, and I didn't get anywhere. Wasn't there a part in the picture for me?
Oh, yes, there was, but he decided to give it to me.
No.
He said that even though we walked alike, that you were too sophisticated.
Well, I wasn't too sophisticated for them to ask me to put money in the picture,
Oh, now, Jack, you didn't finance this picture. I happen to know they got all the money from the bank.
Well, where do you think the bank got it? Well, Jane, anyway, thanks again. It was lovely having you up here, and I wanted everybody to see
Thank you, Jack. Happy New Year.
Thank you. Thank you.
Jane's status as a sex symbol grew by leaps and bounds. She posed nude for the February 1956 issue of Playboy magazine. This prompted a divorce proceeding by her husband, who had moved back to his native Texas. Following her divorce, Jane developed a new love interest with Hungarian-born Mickey Hargitay. The former Mr. Universe had a build which female admirers responded to as males did to Jane. The pair seemingly were a perfect complement to each other. They married in 1958. Jane began to feel the trappings of being typecast as a dumb blonde. She was cast in a variety of mindless sex comedies such as The Girl Can't Help It, The Sheriff of Fractured Jaw, Too Hot to Handle, and Playgirl After Dark. Between pictures, she continued, however, to present a public image of a mindless sex bot, as in this appearance at a prestigious Hollywood awards ceremony.
Now, down to business. Special award in recognition of his superb artistry, the beloved Peppy. He may be here, or he may not. In case he's not, we will be prepared to sort of stage other capabilities. Canteen blouse.
Canteen blouse coming to fly here from Tokyo, where his picture Pepe premiered last night, but Mickey Rooney is going to accept.
Who wants to be tall? All kidding aside, Jane, may I say, Mr. President, and I'm standing in a hole now. Mr. President and ladies and gentlemen of the Foreign Press Association, without all kidding aside, may I say, I'm a very poor substitute for the great Cantiflas. And I'm sure we're here tonight. What was I saying?
In 1963, Jane became the subject of controversy when she appeared in the sex comedy Promises, Promises. The film was banned in several cities. Photos taken on the set of the film of a nude Jane were published in Playboy magazine, causing a run at the newsstands. The issue sold out within hours of delivery. In the midst of the Promises, Promises fallout, Jane and Mickey Hargitay divorced. Within months, Jane was remarried, this time to producer-promoter Matt Simbar. In 1967, Jane was appearing in a series of nightclub reviews. Her final appearance was in Biloxi, Mississippi. Following her engagement, she set out for New Orleans. Driving along a rain-slicked Highway 90, Jane's driver collided with a trailer truck. Jane was decapitated. Following the accident, family members and ex-husbands came forward to argue over Jane's final resting place. She was eventually buried in her family's plot in Penn Argyle, Pennsylvania. Her former husband, Hargitay, threw himself across Jane's casket, vowing never-ending devotion. The phenomenon of the movie goddess lives on. It's indeed a tribute to these great ladies that they continue to command an audience so many years after their passing. It's almost certain that 100 years from now, they will enlist a new legion of fans. As for their present fans, they should be satisfied in the knowledge that the memories of these beloved stars will not be orphaned by time.